Sorry, it took me so long. I first got distracted, but I still have video on this. And then I was posting the message in the blue sky, and also got distracted because I noticed there was a message that I didn't notice, so I had to respond. I did it. I got.
I'm good. I'm just waking up and vibing.
Oh, hey! Hi, Key Energy. How are you today? You just got to wake up. Oh, yeah. I have a free day today, so I am also enjoying that. I don't know if you have like work or I just have the next 2 weeks free, not counting one weekend because it happened that I have a weekend shift that's in the middle of those 2 weeks of free time. Someone has to stare at the screen and check if servers are not going down. That will be my only job in a weekend. And even if the server goes down, I don't have to do anything. Only, only handle the ticket, like, send it to someone who has to work. So it's kind of like a no job, just monitoring.
Natak 5 heart.
I'm happy you're vibing. I am a little scared though, like, the game, I don't know if the game's trying to set up that I will have to fight bigger and scarier machines. Like, as of now, it stays pretty consistent with the machines I met. Like, the biggest one is the tank, and they didn't, well, but yeah, no, not the biggest one. There was those two dinosaur things that I had to fight in that facility that makes machines, and the other I avoided because it was somewhere in the area, and I just bypassed it. Well, okay, I am kinda intimidated, to be honest. Like, I am just a woman with a bow. What do they expect? I am not Neo. I am starting to be jealous of Neo. He had all those superpowers in Matrix. I want them to give me. Also, Sylas, like the title of the stream, Jess. Like, last week, when he talked to me, I literally got the feeling that he's like Morpheus. But he is meaner to me than Morpheus was to Neo. I am a chosen one too! You could be a bit nicer. Also, when I'm playing this game, all the time I'm thinking about how funny it is that both Matrix and Horizon Zero Dawn is basically a post-apocalyptic world focused on the machine. Just the Matrix was a little more dystopian, to be honest. With the machine city and stuff. Treating humans like a free source and I think for energy as if we were living factors. When you think about it, Horizon Zero Dawn has a little more optimistic outcome. Especially considering what happened. Like, we were going those places where we learned the machines were basically eating biomatter. If you know what biomatter is, then well, it's basically everything alive. So that was literally a world-ending event. So it's really impressive that whatever was done somehow stop them, and humanity somehow survived that. Because it could have been so much worse. Okay, so what is my next? Deep Secrets of Earth. Hold on a sec. I was supposed to listen.
When sleep refuses to come, I think of our wedding night. How you welcomed me to the marital bed. How after, when you fell asleep, I lay there watching your delicate face. For all its beauty, I detested its fragility. A rage swelled up inside me. I abhorred that bed, how its softness threatened to swallow us up. And that room, the stench of incense, the fine embroidery of the drapes, all of it weak. I slipped from the bed, threw open the casement, and lay naked on the stone floor, determined to spurn all seductions of comfort. But when I woke the next morning, you lay beside me, naked as I in the cold. Your body, stretched beside mine, seemed chiseled from stone. I saw you wake, instantly alert, like an animal ready to strike. You said nothing. You did not have to. Already you had shown me beyond doubt that we were meant to be.
The guy had issues. He literally sounds like someone typing on Reddit, "Hey guys, is it gay to sleep in very soft bed?" This reads like this to me. The bed was too soft. It was weak and fragile. That's why I went off it and laid on the cold stone floor like a true man. And then when his beloved joined him on the floor, the description completely changed. Like, when they were laying on the bed, they were fragile and weak and soft. But when they were lying on the cold floor, when she wake up, he uses those like an animal, ready to strike. Completely different language. Like, the roughness of it versus the softness of the previous scene. Kinda hilarious, to be honest.
My lord, the 13th king of the Karja Sundom was murdered, cut down by cowards who mistook firm rule for madness.
Oh,
Ever the strong are beset upon by the weak. So he said, as the traitors launched their assault, as their cannons forged by Oseram filth toppled the battlements and burst the gates. I would have fought to the end, but it was his will, the will of the sun, that I lead the prince and queen into the west, to safety. My lord did not hesitate. He saw his fate. He looked into the sun, and he did not blink. With me, he sent kestrels, nobles, sun priests, and slaves. Killing all that stood in the way, I carved a path to sunfall. There, we joined others to gather the strength to take back our home. But our strength only faded until the buried shadow was brought to light.
boo-hoo. Your king was taken down, the tyrant was taken down, and you had to run away. Oh, boo-hoo. No sympathy for me.
Every morning, I wake to the same nightmare. The same reality. Holy Meridian in the hands of profligates. Debased. The spire, towering above the horizon like a glittering spike through the center of my mind. Every daybreak in exile is a mark of failure, but the count of days runs thin. I will see Meridian retaken, the profligates slaughtered, a true king restored to the Mesa throne. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy.
Blah, blah, blah. I don't like the new king, blah, blah.
So long as King Itamen languishes at sunfall, coddled by his mother, he will never learn the true lessons of the sun. I have tried to instruct him, but the shadow of his mother's influence is upon him. I took him to the palace balcony to behold an offering of sacrifice in the ring, but he showed no thirst for it. He averted his gaze. Look to the sun, I told him. Do not shield your eyes. In all things it is absolute. One day it nurtures life, and the next scorches life away. It burns the skin of champions and wretches alike. Never does the sun show pity. That is the example a Sun King must follow. The example of your father. But before my instruction could take hold, she was there, clutching him to her robes, burying his face against her breast. How is a king to rule when he cannot even see?
Oh, yay! The son of my precious king that I put all my delusions into is not bloodthirsty killer who revels in murder. What a tragedy.
Never does the sun show pity. And yet, when my wife died in birthing, and in dying ended the life of my child unborn, I pitied myself. My lord sensed this, but instead of casting me down for weakness, he cast upon me a radiant beam of honor. He ordered my kin buried in the sacred caves reserved for royals and heroes. Unimaginable. Never again would I doubt that I am the chosen of the sun. Never again would pity find a place in me, not for myself or another.
So he was not only a tyrant, he had some compassion, like a tiny bit of compassion, like there, somewhere there. Also, in some cultures, it was actually something akin to a warrior's death if a woman died in childbirth. It obviously changed over the years because we got medicine and stuff. And now women don't die so often unless, they are denied access to medical facilities and medical procedures necessary for the safety of the pregnancy. But otherwise, usually women don't die in childbirth anymore, so the culture also changed.
When I first set eyes on the buried shadow, I trembled. Was I not the chosen of the sun? A blazing light of faith to shred and scatter darkness? Was it not my place to destroy this devil? But High Priest Bahavas instructed me in the prophecy and set right my frame of mind. The murder of the true Sun King broke the cosmic cycle short of completion. The whole world cast into darkness, doomed. To resume and turn the wheel of time would require more than sun and faith. All forces must combine, all halves of nature join to one cause. shadow to sun, night to day. Even a buried shadow wants the wheel to turn, for without a sun in the sky, there can be no shadow.
I really don't want to call him an idiot. But considering their entire culture, the machines, the fact that machines became angry recently, started killing people, and that they are called this being buried shadow, maybe, just maybe, they shouldn't have touched it that way. Nor communicate with it, not revel it like a god. Maybe that's a bad idea. They don't even consider that thing doesn't have their best interest in mind. Like, they don't even think about it, that thing may just one day kill them all. Like, why should they consider this? Why use logic? Why use logic when you have propaganda? Ooh, maybe I need this. Maybe I'll find the bones I need that way. Okay, I have some side quests, but they're, my level is level 30, but I don't trust the leveling system in this game, to be honest. I have some quests that are higher level, so I don't know why the Ancient Armor quest shows me find a use for the power cell. Did I use the power cell somewhere else? Accidentally, or I sold it, or something, but it's marked as, it's not marked as completed, it kinda looks like it's marked as failed. Discover it. Where is that ancient armor? All the way there. Why is everything so all over the place? Wait, I shouldn't have asked that question because this is America after post-apocalypse. Why am I even asking stupid questions like this? America looks weird, even on the regular map. Okay. Close the again. Perfect focus. I will need to teleport there. Oh, there's a platform. Well, from those messages, I can understand that the guy we're fighting is a true zealot. He's delusional. He's a, like, imagine him as if he was a Maga practitioner. This is the next level of delusion. You could show him that the sky is blue and he would still insist it's not. I mean, technically, scientifically, sky isn't blue, but that's beyond the point. When people say sky is blue, they mean what we see, what we perceive. They don't mean the scientific true explanation. So I am also using this as an example. It's also interesting that we are seeing sky as blue only because our eyes evolved to see colors and evolved in specific ways to only see certain colors, not the whole range of colors. Like there are animals that see some more than we do. I feel bad killing poor animal.
I'd have to leave something else behind.
This is the horse. Drop the leg. Oh. Where is water? Water didn't load. Okay. Welcome back, water.
That's two. It's some kind of code. Maybe there's a clue nearby.
Is it a clue? 12, 15, 18, 21. Here.
Maybe there's some more information nearby. Something that will tell me how this works. Looks like each dial has 4 positions. Maybe if I get each dial in the right position. Did it. Now to check the door.
Oh, I guessed it. Should I be afraid of
These
the
clamps
thing?
have the armor locked in place. Maybe there's a way to power up the mechanism, release the clamps.
Let's listen to this. I have to read. Ultra weak focus. Focus.
Can't carry more.
Armory. Is this armory like dangerous? Oh. Okay. Ultra Whip MK 7.1 trials, October 65. Trial 49B. 10365. Fast pressure 85 per ounce. Result. Ballistic test 90. Shrapnel 87. Laser 88. Shield integrity 86. Impact source 51. Impact arm 62. Impact leg 43. Note: Weave is not tightening properly on local impact test. We need to optimize existing sensors or add more. Trial 51k. 1050. Okay. Task threshold 85. Ballistic test 88. Shrapnel test 91. Laser test 87. Shield integrity 87. Impact force 67. Impact arc 7. Impact force 80. Note: sensor optimization successful, but closer protection still lagging. Recommends increasing wave density to impact left at 13. Now, getting there on the wave density and detection component, but an integration error on the left to me counts the impact test. Ouch, subject isn't going to be able to work that one off. Surgery required. Ooh! Maybe they weren't changing their people into robots. Maybe they were giving them exoskeleton suits. From Major Garo to General Aaron Harris, subject Ultra Wave Progress. General, you want it fast, cheap, and good, and that's what we're going to deliver. By using a flexible nanofiber wave instead of plating and enhancing protection with a 400 EV hard light microprojector, we have reduced our testing cycle from weeks to days, and I am confident we can get the suit out by next month, with enough production to cover dozens of elite units at least. Better yet, it will be half the weight, half the cost, and offer twice the mobility. All we need is the balance of our funding, a few more techs, and another experienced test subject. I know resources are stretched to the breaking point, but any more delays will jeopardize the schedule, so please advise SAP. May God be with you and Jane in this dark time. Center 5, Major. Okay. So, is this exoskeleton suit or not? It looks like exoskeleton suit.
Just need to install these power cells. That should do it. These numbers. They must be related to segments of a circle.
Other power cells? Yes, I don't have power. But I suspect I will gather them in the future. And be able to open this out. For now, I don't have. Okay, so my mission now is to gather power cells, but, well, that will be done through the course of the story. What about this? Why is weren't I there before now? That was a sneeze. I would even dare to say that it was somewhat cute, which is very displeasing. I am not that cute. Okay, that explains why I didn't do anything with that. There are very mean things on the way. What was that sound? Ah, those are them. They are doing good. The big vehicle there. The smaller vehicle. A curious sound. Question. Can I go up without attracting attention? That was somewhat difficult. Oh shit. Okay. I am close.
Here's the Scrounger's campsite, so the workshop can't be far. If I can find a way around the avalanche.
Hopefully nothing tries to kill me. Though the death from the sky sounds very ominous. You can do it, Aloy. I believe in you. Hold!
I can't spare the weight.
Wait. Did I just... went in the wrong direction?
Snow. It's not getting any warmer out here.
Okay, I know. Whew. That was close. Why are you here? Shit. I am dying. There are two of them, and I don't like them. Jesus Christ. Oh no, there is even worse. Oh jeez. Well, that's one way to run away from monsters. Dying. Should have just set the trap.
Gotcha now!
Have to win. That's a modification I can't make.
I'd have to ditch something.
I hate my inventory. I hate this way. Do it without this pink notice. Hard. Hard but not impossible. Just my imagination, or they look different?
No room.
Oh, fuck.
I bet Allure brought that Stormbird here.
Yeah.
If I find any and destroy them, the machine should leave.
At least this Stormbird is injured. This looks injured. I still don't like it though. It can fly away? Can I even get it from here? Okay. Okay. It officially doesn't like me anymore. Fuck. Jesus. Ouchie. Oh. Does it see me? I don't like it very much. Wrong arrows. But good arrows, it looks like. Oof.
Now I better find and disable any lures.
Oh. I loaded the wrong arrows, but those turned out to be the proper arrows.
There, a lure.
You fell really weirdly though.
Got too much already.
What a maniac would put those lures here.
Done. No more lures. Now about this workshop. So Derval was behind these lures. Brilliant. And dangerous. Now to bring word back to Pitchcliff.
Yay. Oh yoy. Hello Arachna, how are you? Today, in this beautiful, not morning, at least not here. I feel this guy, but it was close. My death was inevitable, but I made it not inevitable. I'm still asleep, but I am breathing. That sounded a little frightening though. Like, are you expecting to stop breathing at any moment? Okay, now I will go easy on myself and just teleport. I don't want to die. Sorry. Yeah, I was worried. Are you going to die? Or are you just affirming you're alive? You just woke up and you're still EP. Yes, EP!
Wouldn't have made it without help.
I am not a big fan of coffee, but I can recommend you to drink one. Or at least drink something with caffeine inside, like something that will keep you awake.
Destroyed the town.
Ah, yeah. It was here. Hello!
You'll be happy to know I found another one of those lures and destroyed it. Should be the last you'll hear of it.
By fire and spit, you went above and beyond. How do you know there won't be any more?
The workshop where I found it was long abandoned. You're safe.
Good. My troops want to spit and shake your hand, as my brother would have. On behalf of Pitchcliff and my family, I thank you.
Maybe he could refrain from the spit. Maybe both, I don't know, I'm just kind of here. Meow. Lemonade it is. Does lemonade have any caffeine? I thought lemonade is like from lemon.
Full already.
Also, I hear that lemons are artificial. That life didn't give us lemons, we made them. Now you can, if someone tells you life gives us melons, which means we have to make a lemonade, you can just tell them, well, life didn't give us melons, we invented them. So, you know, to kill their chunder or something. They're not right. I am one of those annoying people that like to be accurate. Nah, I don't have caffeine. Ah, maybe. I am not. I also don't drink. My mother does, so she has a whole fucking packet at home. But no, otherwise nobody here. Not counting like the fizzy drink like Pepsi, Cola. Dearest the cogs and puppets, you miserable bums have failed to find me. Again, your attempts to capture me would make me laugh if I weren't so busy running circles around you and your so-called intelligence gathering. Just give up, or better yet, kill yourselves and save me the effort, you worthless slugs! Never yours, Durval. His letter reads like the typical internet hatred. Kill yourself. At least we invented something good for once. I'm just not used to being awake before noon yet. Hey, this is not the only thing we invented, kind of. Like, do you remember watermelons? Like, they are big, yeah? They weren't big before. We engineered them to be big. And the same with corn. Corn didn't look like it looks like right now. We interbreeded with other plants until it started looking like it looks now. It's not natural either. But you know, natural selection is natural, so people just kinda made it so that they picked the traits they liked the best, even without like fancy technology or something. Like crisps. There is like technology called CRISP or something that can cut genomes and stuff. I don't remember. Watermelons and corn are easy. The funny part is that you don't even how to say it in English? You know, when something goes into your stomach acid is kinda killing it. Yet, yes, corn isn't killed. Corn just kinda falls through you intact. Ooh. Yeah. Oh no, I don't have pony. No, I need pony. The only mission left is the main. So I guess we're going to Sunfall. Corn doesn't make it that far for me. It makes me genuinely sick. Oh, so it comes back. I feel sorry for you. I don't really like corn too. Like if I don't have that. But my neighbor had a whole field of corn, and I remember like it belonged to her grandma because her grandma lives here and she was coming to visit. Yeah, I only saw her when she was visiting her grandma, and I remember one day that we just stole a corn from the field and thought we were so smart nobody knew. Yeah, and we bit into it expecting it to, be cool, nice, taste great, and it tasted awful, and then we threw the entire thing away. And we thought that nobody knew, but apparently her grandma somehow knew how we did that. I don't know how. I can stomach watermelon, but I would still regret my life choices. I don't remember who, but growing up I knew someone with a cherry tree field. Cherry trees are also, like, here, one of my friends had one cherry tree, on the road to her house. So we sometimes stop for the cherries, you know. But it was like one tree. They also had like random apple trees, because it's a village. In villages, there are sometimes like random trees on people's property. So there were like 2 or 3 trees with apples, and we really liked to eat them when they were still green because they were like sour. And I really like the sour apples. We always ate them when they were still not proper, They weren't ripened. They weren't red yet. They were in their infancy. They were green. I got in trouble for eating 2 of their trees. I like sour apples. Yeah. See, there's an appeal. We also used to drink milk from the cow because that friend that had the cherry tree and the apple tree, her grandma also had a cow, but only one cow. And I remember when we were small, every evening we were running to her grandma because her grandma was just after, milking the cow and was pasteurizing the milk. So we were getting the pasteurized milk every evening, like they were really warm, It was like the highlight of our evening to drink it. Never drink raw milk, remember, you can't drink it raw. No matter what some fucking farmer in USA tells you, you'd never drink it raw, they are idiots. When I see a farmer comment on TikTok or someone online that they always drink it raw, I am like, you just show to me that you're a bad farmer that will die young. That you're not educated in farming enough to have a farm. I don't know if I ever seen a real cow. Well, I even saw a real bull. Like one time that cow had a baby. And that baby turned out to not be a cow. It was a bull. And I remember that every time I visited that friend, I was low-key scared that that bull will attack me. Because it was always, there was like a plain field, like, what happened? There was like a field for it to roam, and that field was just in front of the house. So I had to pass it by. So I was like always really careful. I never knew if that bull was properly, But it never attacked me. I just always was scared for no reason. I am protein restricted though, so I stay away from milk. Oh, you can't eat a lot of stuff. Watermelon, I was like suspecting it's because it's not good for your. Because I have I think like I have IBS, so also on the charts it was forbidden to eat watermelon. I was surprised because I thought watermelon is like 90% water. But apparently it's not really good for your intestinal tract because it kind of makes you bloated and stuff. Something like this. I probably passed many, but I'm half blind and probably just didn't notice. The cow? Cows are really noticeable though. I feel bad for you. Food is one of my joys in life. I love snacks. Snacking. Even if I know I will feel bad after. Like, there are some foods that I am avoiding eating. But not all. Like, most of them I can eat, not all.
Keep that for later.
I can see less than arm's length away before it's a bunch of blurs. But is it like a condition you can, do the glasses help or it's not? No fucking way! How the fuck is this here? They run away. That was unfair. That was fucking unfair. Yeah, but glasses cost money and I don't have that. Ah, yeah, I forgot. America. Forgot it's America. I mean, here glasses are also not cheap. But in comparison to America, I think it's cheaper here. Like, for example, my mother's the most expensive glasses when I change the cost to American dollars. It would be like $200. $200 or $300, something around this. $250 more like. I hated fighting these things. I
And
hate it
these?
too! They appear out of nowhere! There's no fucking way! Why is it so close to the saving point also? Where did it fucking come from? Like, why is Aloy expected to fight stuff like this? Like, machines big as a fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex or something. Problem is that I need special lenses or something, but it also would take me a good year to have an extra 250 energy. Ah, okay. That makes sense. I mean, I was using my mother as an example because she needed special lenses that were both for the close things and for the far things. And she had different for one eye and for the other eye. So she, you know, they had to be properly set. So she paid a lot of money for that. Then she decided that she actually doesn't need the ones for close things. She only needs the glasses for the far things. So she only bought another pair that is only for the far stuff. Because she's a seamstress, you know, she only needs glasses to be able to, you know, use the machine and to be able to drive the car. This here is here. But why was it so close to me? I never did anything to you. That's cool. I used to do some of that. Yeah, when you can't see well, it's not really good to drive a car. But my mother has to. But when we are moving out soon, like the renovation started literally this week in our new place. So we are moving soon, and now she wouldn't really have to use a car anymore to go to her job. Because we are moving to the place that is literally really close to her job. I have remote job, so it doesn't matter where I live. Though not as a job, or yeah, I know that some people do it as a hobby, but my mother was like a seamstress since I was a child. She used to sew like winter jackets, you know. Now she's doing something different, but she was trained in sewing winter jackets. Really heavy stuff, you know, like the heavy material. I never driven because of heart condition. That's bad. You seem to have a lot of health issues. If you were a protagonist of a comic, your backstory would be really, really long and really, really diverse and really, really sad. But you would get a superpower to offshoot everything. That would be a plus. I never draw a car, but because I am afraid of driving. I am easily spooked, so I can make an accident by accident, if you know what I mean. I mostly just repaired things for people or made new clothes from old ones to save money and that. Yeah, my mother is like, she was trained in doing this, but she often, like, because she trained in sewing those stuff, it doesn't mean that she doesn't know how to make other stuff. So when we were going to shops and we were buying clothes, she was always complaining about the clothes being sewn bad, or she was picking and choosing the best made ones, you know. She's also the type of person that really likes to save money, so she doesn't buy things that she doesn't think she needs. And she often, like, repair stuff. Like, before, people also used to fix boots. How is it in English? The guy fixes boots and makes boots. How is his name? There was one. Now it's not anymore. So no, I guess people are now just buying boots all the time. But before there were like people you could go to that would fix stuff for you. Same with technologies. Nowadays people just buy new ones, and I am kind of missing that. But I noticed that a lot of people are still disappointed that they have to buy new stuff and that new technologies, like I noticed some phones are coming back to, you know, to being able to be fixed, like by swapping certain parts, you know. The newest phones were not openable recently, but now I noticed that some firms are coming back to openable phones that you can fix yourself. Don't worry, it gets worse, Lo. That's not superpowers. I'm also afraid of it though, because of an accident I was in when I was little. I never were in an accident, I just imagine I could be. That's enough of a scare. Why there are fucking ammo everywhere. Oh, look, they are attacking people. That's my chance. You don't see me, you don't hear me. We got ping pong between a semi-truck and the highway divider. Oh, sounds bad. Also, especially considering that American cars are big. My Foxy just ran. I can still see it. Oh, I killed it! It was pretty far away. I thought I won't be able to kill it. Meow. Nice shot. That was like shooting until I hit something.
Sunfall. The Mad King Duran's summer palace. A bulwark of Carja might against the howling Forbidden West.
Thanks for the history lesson.
But they have no idea what lies beneath. We will learn much from this, Aloy.
That's what I'm hoping.
The funny thing in this game is that this game is set in America. It's post-apocalyptic! Okay, where's my rabbit that I killed? Is it? I don't think I noticed. Yeah, a lot of information in the logs sounds like we are in America. It's just not visible on the map, because you don't see the entire planet map. But it's pretty much implied that we are somewhere in America. Because the places we visit are like HQ of that corporation that destroyed the world, and that corporation usually was, I feel like it was implied it was set in USA, they had 8 headquarters in USA. I don't know enough about the US to have known probably them. I mean, it's using like the names of places that even I, as an EU person from Europe, would understand, you know? Those are not like very specific places like some, you know, some weird places that only Americans heard about, you know?
I'll find a use for you.
Despite living here. Will I be welcomed in this place? Hopefully. There's also a mission there. Hello, mister. This manual say. Hello.
She's very pale. Is she unwell?
Yes. She's a fighter, but the fever on her won't lift. It only burns hotter. Her name is Shiana, my sister.
Isn't there anyone in Sunfall who can help?
We're refugees. We know our place. And there's only one healer in the territory. He's difficult. His soul is in shadow.
His soul is in shadow.
Galiv. That's him. He's very clever, but he has little care for people. Perhaps the desert scoured it all away. Perhaps he was always like that. Either way, I know he won't help us.
Well, I'll see about that. Where would I find him?
Last I heard, he was patching up soldiers at Blazon Arch. Another border battle.
Why is this guy a healer even? Anyway, I don't even know what is down the street from me. Oh wait, it's like the text-to-speech isn't working. It was working when I started to. I switched tab, that's it. Oh, I know where you are right now. Well, hopefully somewhere where I won't get killed. Anyway, I already met Hades. It didn't like me. Hater. I should get a t-shirt. Fuck the haters. But yeah, you don't know what is down the street, but you know the keyword, yeah? You know what state you are in, what country you are in, yeah? Those are like the names used in the codexes I am finding, the pieces of the history of this game, are using like the typical keywords that anyone would recognize. The typical language, typical for American movies, you know. So for me, a person from Europe, even if I don't know the geography of USA, the keywords are still telling me something.
Just once. I'd like to relieve myself someplace other than a foul-smelling hole in...
22, Healer's Oath. Where is that? What the fuck are you doing all the way here? I am the big dumb. Lol. Well, I would...
I'm the big dumb X9 Air Karukonam.
Oh.
LOL.
Yes, now you have to fix.
ground.
See, what you do is you pretend the rations are real food. Strawberry.
I feel like the game started glitching a bit.
Won't find better wear. Who knows? The ceasefire might be good for business.
Why are you glitching? The only thing I did was check OBS.
Well,
Hello. I should buy this bow next. And also this bow. I don't have one of those bows, so. Sawtooth heart. No, god damn it. I have this bow and it's really useful. But those already look like something I should have for their specific function. What about clothes I need? Download Ice Hunter. I have this. I have this. I have this. I don't have this. I don't have this. I have this one. And I can buy this one. 2, 5, 2. And I have this is what is it? Golden Tusk. Fox skin, you asshole. Here blasted. I wonder what this does. I am using a Pyro to fight the flying enemies recently. I'm trying to be smart about it. Ooh, Patty! Don't glitch on me. Ooh. What the fuck are they doing?
The Sun Ring, a proud tradition of the Karja.
It's not like this in Meridian. At least, what do you mean?
Give them time. I'm sure they miss it.
What the fuck? Did they just die now? What is that machine even? Behemoth. Oi oi. I don't like it. If they tell me to fight it, I quit.
Now we get to see if your attack on their focus network was entirely successful.
What are you talking about? Did I crash the network or not?
In theory, all should be well.
In theory.
Success. Welcome to the Citadel, Aloy. I'll check back with you in a moment. In the meantime, circulate.
Shadow Karja, so they didn't recognize me because I crashed their network.
Outlanders! If you want to hear about today's bounties, head for the throne room. I'm safe. You're not going to make any shards by standing out here.
I never thought I'd feel this bad on such a bright day.
I'll take the shards, even if it means having to listen to Bahavas.
My uncle
I hear
passed
the
away.
Shadow Carja are looking for one of their own.
What are you waiting around for, Outlander? Bounties are announced inside.
Wait, I am replenishing my stuff. Hopefully the entire city won't try to kill me next. Oh, I even wear their armor.
By the glory of the sun revealed. Behold, radiant Edaman, the one true Sun King. The light in shadow, whose will is light and whose light is law.
He's just a kid. He's so small.
I command Lucius Bahavas to speak in my behalf.
Jesus Christ. Full kid.
By the will of radiant Edaman does the sun glare down mercilessly upon the traitor Uthid. To the hunter who brings his head to us shall go a bounty of 500
All hail
shards.
the sun.
More prisoners than royalty, don't you think? Love your hair.
Not only did the wretch conspire to
You and I need to chat, little huntress. The green tent down in Shadowside. I'll be waiting.
Kind of busy.
And in doing so, demonstrated wanton disregard for the safety
We both know
of
you're
the
no killer for
king's
hire.
subjects.
Uthid is innocent. So come see me while there's still time to save him.
So, the way in
I forgot
spoke
about
of
the
is right
voice.
behind
Scared me again, Rinri sweaty.
You've got to be kidding.
Not at all. And you needn't worry about the Kestrels. They'll be too busy acting important to pay attention to you.
First time in the Citadel, gotta see the sun ring from on high.
But the Kestrels.
Sylas, the Morpheus.
They want us to see this, boy. It makes quite an impression.
I very much doubt it.
This is insane.
Hardly.
They're going to see me.
You underestimate the ease of hiding in plain sight.
If you're gonna watch some slaughter, this is the place to do it.
I don't like heights.
You worry me, boy. You worry me.
Uthid was the most devoted Karja I knew.
Where am I supposed to climb down?
The balustrade. It's a short drop from there.
Blades for hire, sneaking around, sniffing
out. What I wanted to say, that at the start of the stream I listened to some recording, and they were about the new Sun King, the one that ran away from Meridian, not the one that took over Meridian. And from those, Derval, or no, that was not Derval. The guy that wants to kill Aloy was talking about how the new Sun King that he is hoping will become like his father is not living up to his expectations. And I was like expecting like a teenager, young adult that is just not into killing, but I didn't expect like such a small fucking child. It sounds insane to complain about that small child not reveling in murder. Like, that only drives the point home that the guy that wants to kill Aloy is delusional.
New king needs cookies and a nap.
Yeah, he's just a baby, and the guy was complaining that
side of the tower. Look for a vent.
The guy was complaining that the child was hiding his face in his mother's breast. I was like, I thought that he was talking about like a teenager, not a baby.
I see you've been here before.
Obviously. Now, it's very important that you hear what I'm about to say. I've shown you the way in, but this humble vent marks a point of no return.
Okay.
Before you descend into the depths here, you should be fully committed, equipped, and focused. No distractions. If you have errands to run, do them first or hold your peace. I won't tolerate whining. Is that clear?
You'll tolerate what I give you, Sylas. I didn't ask you along for the ride.
Is it supposed to be like the game telling me that I need to do all the quests before this? Or I won't be able to come back here later or something?
I'm heading down.
I've spent a lifetime trying to uncover the secrets of this world. Where the machines came from. How the old ones achieved such marvels only to fall into silence and death. A lifetime of failure, as year by year, decade after decade, I hit walls I could not break, doors I could never breach.
Hello?
I honestly don't remember if there's another point or not.
And voila, for her, all the deepest secrets of the earth were laid
Been a
bare.
while since I went through it.
I suspect you'll have an easier time with this door than I did years ago.
Hold for identiscan.
Stop bleaching.
Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Malfunction. 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 Malfunction.
Are you kidding me?
You don't hear me laughing.
Shut up. There's gotta be another way. Hey! Elizabeth Sobeck here! Requesting access!
Access request acknowledged. Root command functions available. Do you wish to proceed?
I do! Get me through this door!
Analyzing. Primary access inoperable due to mechanical failure. Emergency venting procedure likely to circumvent blockage. Do you wish to proceed?
Ooh.
Yes.
There's a backup.
Emergency venting authorized.
I underestimated you. I think by now
Guess you can't have everything.
that will draw attention. We won't have this place to ourselves for long now.
We? Last I checked, I was the one risking my life down here.
Yes, fine. Now will you please get moving? There's so much to learn in less time than I'd hoped.
Well, this is the game. There's no time left. Do whatever I want. Hey, ooh, huge facility. Lovely. Is there something behind us? Nope. Explore the Project Zero Dawn facility.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn. We found it.
Are you really so surprised?
Facility diagnostics detect multiple failures. Attempting repair.
So, what was this room?
An entrance hall, perhaps. Have a look around.
Okay. From launch staff to admin, subject, another incident. This morning's unfortunate incident with Dr. Popovich is another example of reception's need for additional support. We appreciate that Zero Dawn is an immensely complicated project, but as the staff who serve on the front line, we're tired of being neglected. As we have already requested, we need human translators fluent in Polish, for example. It's funny. They specifically wrote down my language. I could help you if you weren't all dead. Security staff who can subdue enraged embryologists candidates, for example, and dermal sedatives to calm persons who are screaming in Polish while hurling chairs and vases at reception staff, for example. I don't know if I should, like, acknowledge that Polish people can act like this, or just ignore it and say that those are some bad apples, they don't count.
Gonna lurk though and whatnot, sorry. Be safe though and thank you for having me. Meow X9 Eric Ichigolov X9 Eric Nizuko Happy X9 Eric Mononoke lurk.
Lol. Thank you for dropping by and have a nice day. Thank you for the lurk. Oh. Yes, most of the candidates are reasonably calm and well behaved, but we need help handling the exceptions to that rule. Please respond. Poor people. From reception staff to admin subject, we need support too. Reception staff continues to require additional support managing ZD candidates when they arrive at the facility. Many are frightened or confused. Some are highly agitated. These are not the sort of persons who are accustomed to having information withheld from them. At minimum, we need human translators. The Lang bots are not sufficient. Isn't that the problem we are having now with AI? And mild sedatives for the extreme cases. Any and all support would be welcome. Perhaps you could start by responding to one of these mails. So the staff at the lounge was writing emails and nobody was responding.
Please take a seat and wait for your name to be called. A selection of beverages and snacks are available.
A smaller room.
I did see any snack. Even if I saw any, they would belong to...
No space.
Not good to eat. Lounge staff to admin, restock or else. For the 5th time, please restock the lounge's selection of herbal teas. If I have to listen to one more egghead throw a tantrum because we are out of the organic cucumber mint or blackberry sage varietals, I'm going to lose it. Please respond, and this time, no tempest is in a teapot or steep demand jokes, okay? So this was a waiting area.
Please proceed into viewing room 1 for an important message regarding the purpose of your visit.
Lounge staff to admin. Subject, soundproofing. Would it be possible to improve the soundproofing between VR1 and the lounge area? Most of the candidates stay quiet during the presentation, but the ones who scream or sob can be plainly heard by candidates waiting their turn in the lounge. Just a thought. That doesn't sound good. Were they preparing people for the possibility of the world's end?
What was this
A
place?
holographic theater.
CD01 data intact. Initiating playback.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the rumors that Zero Dawn is a top-secret superweapons program, the technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumor now, and it will not save us.
Nothing will save us. And here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down. The entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating, waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. 0 Day, the day that life on Earth ceases to exist, is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
Hi. So they didn't stop the apocalypse.
That doesn't make sense. Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
He said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us.
Asano Wonko.
I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it.
Hi, hi.
Émoticône riant de toutes ses dents.
That's just fun. So this is why the people were crying. Like I said, they were brought here and they were told.
Bonjour, bonjour. Émoticône riant de toutes ses dents.
And they were told.
How are you?
That the planet will die. That there is nothing we can do. How are you? How I am? I am fine. Okay. I am trying to learn what happens to this world. That cutscene was very that was deep.
Kestrels. They got in. Through the vents.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Nothing good can come. Spread out! If it moves, kill it!
What is this
Well, I won't spoil then.
Tomb?
Huh? I know some spoilers, not all. I'm just wondering if I have to kill those guys. Oh. Yeah. Can I kill them like without crafting? Kill the shadow cat. I suspect what happened. I I suspect that the plan was like this. They waited for the inevitable day where everything was devoured. And then something activated to take down the droids. Or at least make them sleep forever. Or as long as they can. You know? But they knew that this is just a temporary measure.
No monstrous darkness should keep us from it.
They knew it was just a temporary measure. And there was like this thing that the commander mentioned, that there was an algorithm that was run to find the deactivation codes, but it would take half a century. I suspect that that's still relevant for Aloy. So they were trying to buy time, deactivate the droids as long as they can, so the humanity could rebuild. But the general also said that if the droids ate everything, then the nature would be unable to recover, because they would be sleeping, waiting for nature to appear again, and they would eat it again. So I wonder if the nature couldn't be recovered after they ate all the biomass, or they put them to sleep before all the biomass disappeared.
Stale and cold. I'm hit! Taking worse.
The guy's dead. Where are the other ones? There's one in that room.
I can pass them, undetected.
The data points, you're going to ignore them?
While you gape like fools.
Forget this hole. Find the girl.
Someone here? To me! Let's take her down!
Okay, he noticed me.
I'm down. With the word of Shadow, I'm gonna die. Blood.
We're too close to the tribal crypt to stop us now. The data points, what do they contain?
Wait. Sylas, wait. No, I don't want this. Not here. I want to loot the corpse. I don't know what the data points contain because I don't have time to listen to them. But I can start listening if we have time. They are all in my inventory after all. Notebook. Documents. Yes. Okay, let's see.
It is accurate, yes.
So these mechanical monstrosities, they don't just kill people, they feed off them?
Not just people, all organic matter.
Every living thing, dissolved into nutrients. Millennia of evolution, liquefied. The miracle of life reduced to bloody biofuel.
In a word, yes.
Who did this? Pharaoh? That arsehole. Is he here?
No, Doctor.
Please, tell him Tom Pake wants a word. Now, get off, get off, get off! Doctor, please! You get Ted Pharaoh in here!
That's a completely understandable reaction. Let's not kid ourselves.
Want to discuss?
Whew. So Mama, she was right.
Pardon?
My mother, she took her Bible real serious. Not just Texas Bubble serious, Pentecostal serious. Favorite chapter? Revelations. Now, I didn't always understand her on account of all that speaking in tongues and such, but when she did use her words, it was always end times this and lake of fire that on account of sinful lifestyles. Speaking of which, mind if I smoke?
A tobacco cigarette.
Sorry, darling. My taste run classic. Compliments to your team tracked me down. Been a price on my head 18 months now. Sterling Malkeet was me, don't mind admitting. Been plenty of snakesters chasing the bounty, too. But I kept the zigging to their zag. How'd you finger me?
I believe Dr. Sobek listed you as an alpha candidate. Priority snatch and grab.
Always suspected she had a little thing for me. Hey, I don't suppose you got real coffee in this place. You know, blood coffee? Conflict cappuccinos?
Mr. Tate, I'm clearing you to proceed. Just go.
It's very unfortunate that his surname is Tate. He reminds me of Andrew Tate.
You previously worked for Pharaoh Automated Systems.
On the chariot line self-replication routines? I came here thinking this was a rendition. When your people took me, I thought, about time. I've been trying to swallow the guilt every day since...
Would you like to take a moment?
No. I really hoped Zero Dawn was a way to undo it all. My work. And I'm sorry to say I was ever proud of it, but Ted could really sell a concept, and in the labs, in the light of creation, that first test run, when you saw they understood their own structures, could rebuild themselves from memory and light, there were no limits. God, there were no limits.
Oh, Jesus. So I should probably be happy that the ones I am fighting can be destroyed and can't fix themselves. Yet.
With Suzanne Alpert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said, not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging, slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip compared to global-scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us. Enduring victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
See? They must have done something to save the biosphere, at least.
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we couldn't negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, U.S. Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it. Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Hera said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
Look, let's cut the mystery. You're building a colony ship. It's obvious. And it's not gonna fly. I mean, literally. Remember the Odyssey? That multinational heap of space junk that's been in graveyard orbit since 57? That went nowhere real slow. And you have to get somewhere real fast. Do you have any idea the immensity of the challenge to prep a new colony ship in time?
To be clear, I'm not a worker on the project.
Do you even understand how few people it could save? The whole generation ship concept is not gonna happen. It's the first thing you'd abandon in favor of embryonics. For that kind of storage, we're talking a lot of bulk, a lot of power, a lot of resources. So even if you do it, even if you build it and point it at Sirius X, there's no room for people on that thing, all right?
If you could try to remain calm.
But you people are crazy if you think you're getting off this rock. No one's getting off.
Medical.
Ooh, people are losing it.
I think there is some mistake. I don't understand why I was brought here. Why would you show me these things?
I know that there's already a lot to take in.
In the waiting area, I was seated with a Nobel laureate in biophysics and a monk, I think. He spoke neither English nor Mandarin. It is very strange. And General Harris? What was he talking about? The robot swarm, the pharaoh plague? I understand it is terrible. But it really cannot be stopped? Why tell us this? There are people in Shanghai, my friends, my family. They have joined Operation Enduring Victory already. It is for nothing? We will all die?
We're going to be able to answer some of these questions.
I just want to know why I am here. It doesn't make sense to me.
You were brought here because of your skill set.
No, that can't be right. I am an art historian. I know Dutch masters, Japanese calligraphy, Gerhard Richter. What does that matter now?
For the briefing after presentation 1, candidates must be allowed to ask questions and be given the necessary time to fully absorb the information they have received. It is important to be aware that candidates have just been exposed to triggers for severe mental and emotional trauma. Do not assume silence or outward calmness indicates acceptance. It is essential to stress that all other options for combating the pharaoh plague and preserving the continuation of human life have been considered and found unworkable. Communicate this fact calmly but clearly and firmly. Familiarize yourself with data on the catastrophic environmental impact of nuclear engagement versus the swarm Addendum B1, and unfeasibility of maintaining life in orbital, lunar, or undersea structures, Addenda C1, C2, C3, so that you can counter candidate objections in depth. If a candidate asks for time alone to review supplementary information, allow this without hesitation. Be sure to inform security personnel so the candidate can be monitored for attempts at self-harm. Candidates should only be cleared to proceed to presentation 2 if you believe their mental state is sufficiently stable. Note the real-time support will be available via your focus. Security and medical crisis teams are expected. Doesn't sound good.
CD02 data intact. Initiating playback.
Elizabeth Sobek. You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh Plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super-intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life. We call it Gaia. Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now, these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
Well, something went wrong.
The whole Earth destroyed, but then remade?
Yes. By a machine. A machine of creation.
Elizabeth did this. For life, for us. But why Hades then? If it was part of Gaia, how did it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh robot? And why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the archive of knowledge, what happened to that?
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
You know why I didn't consider terraforming before? Because living in space, living at the bottom of the ocean, and in bunkers seems easier to achieve the terraformation. Like, this plan sounds insane. Like, there was like this codex that talked about how they can't sustain living in space and can't house humanity in any other way. But at the same time, you enter the second room and Elizabeth Sobek is talking about something that is significantly harder to achieve than any of those. Like, seriously, terraformation of the entire planet is harder than creating colony or on another planet, to be honest. And I don't even know how much time they would need to create something like this. But, well, considering that they had Swarm, the very advanced droid army, I suspect that for them, achieving Gaia was far easier than for us. Like, with our technology right now, we wouldn't be able to do it. But if I consider that their civilization was far more advanced than ours, because they created those robots that eat biomass and became a problem, then maybe creating Gaia was easier than it would be for us. But still, why creating a colony in space would fail? Like, not enough time, not enough resources, a possible failure and death? But also, if they could create terraforming technology, why not? The people can go to space, yes, and Mars is the closest planet to us. Maybe the problem would be sustaining. Like, when it comes to Mars, Mars doesn't have an active core, like our planet. Our planet has an active core, and Mars doesn't. So I guess Mars was also out of the question because terraforming Mars would be like temporary because it couldn't be sustained. Because there's no active core, no atmosphere, no health. Like they would have to find a way to reactivate the entire planet's core, which is kinda harder than using the planet that already has a working core.
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage that I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves they weren't cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's the better than rapid innovation. Better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. Isn't it just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom? I mean, I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard to earn this, for my family to have a place in Elysium. I never thought that there could be, atonement.
I feel the guy misunderstood the issue. His family won't be taken to Elysium. His family will be cloned, basically. I don't understand though, if entire civilization was cloned, why there was such a hatred towards Aloy because she appeared out of nowhere? Like, was it done so much in the past that the people that lived in the tribes forgot about it? That they came basically from nothing? Also, who was caring for those babies? Who was raising those babies? If everyone was cloned and no one made it, who was raising the babies? Machines?
If you're still nauseous. No, the inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue. I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this. But the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. No, life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East. Like the Congo. Like Timo. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock? You'd grow old together, with your loved ones, in safety. I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family? I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized.
Ooh.
A habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Alpert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years. I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say the words.
I'm sorry?
Finish it. Medical euthanasia. I want no part of this. I just want it over.
I see. Protocols require a 48-hour waiting period, after which...
Ooh. That's bad. Bad. So, okay, my question was answered. There was like a colony of 2,000 people who were sterilized to take care of those babies. In the future, that will be cloned. So there was Elysium, and there was a family in Elysium. The issue is... could they sustain 2,000 people, though? Like, in that Elysium, like, could they really keep them safe from the machine? That also reminds me about the Matrix again. Also, that lady really didn't like it. She preferred to die. Bad reaction. So they medically sterilized them, but it was not a problem because one of the Zero Dawn main protocols was cloning of people. So the repopulation was not an issue. They just needed 2,000 people to stay alive. To care for those babies and do other stuff. They also brought a historian for the Apollo program. But Apollo program supposedly didn't trigger. Something went wrong. I noticed also Minerva alongside Apollo. I wish I could get a visualization of it again because I want to see it.
Is he to make sure I behave this?
Alert.
Security. For your protection.
Inaccessible.
Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my own man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project. But now I can see it's worse. Much worse. Sobek is a total fantasist, a dangerous fantasist. He's kind of blue skying. It's... Jesus. I'm sorry we wasted each other's time. I'm ready to leave now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What are you... You don't... Get your hands off me!
Told you! What Sobek was talking about is significantly harder than space travel. I'm not surprised that the guy was reacted like this. What do you want from my window? What are you doing? Alpers decide to die. Ron Felder gone insane. There were two related. For the briefing after presentation 2, it is vitally important that candidates choose to participate in Project Zero Dawn voluntarily and knowingly without additional coercion and without value judgment on the part of the counselor. confirm for candidates that they were selected due to their skill set and accomplishments, emphasize that their dedicated participation in Zero Dawn will increase the project's chances of success, frame participation in Zero Dawn as an opportunity to respond actively to the face of an overwhelming threat. Candidates may question the fairness of their selection, validate such objections as normal, even admirable responses, emphasize the value of candidate expertise to the future, not just of humanity but terrestrial life as a whole. Likewise, candidates may balk at the morality of extending their lifespans and those of loved ones beyond 0 day, validate their hesitation, acknowledge that while the reward of Elysium is not fair, it will be earned, if possible redirect their ethical misgivings towards greater commitment to the project. When candidates challenge the plausibility of Project Zero Dawn, permit them to review Dr. Sobek's presentation as many times as they wish, and allow access to supplemental archives G01 through P20. Allow them to suspend the interview to fully proceed this documentation. To fully process this documentation. A significant minority of candidates will elect for medical euthanasia. It is important to receive this decision kindly and without judgment. Advise them of the 48-hour waiting period during which counselors will be available to discuss their decision. Emphasize that euthanasia will not occur without repeated consent when the procedure is scheduled to take place. No one will be euthanized against her or his will. Candidates who elect indefinite detention must be informed that they have 48 hours to reverse their decision, after which the decision takes effect. You are now in possession of information regarding the true nature and purpose of Project Zero Dawn, classified far above top secret. As such, we regret that you cannot be allowed to leave this facility. There are 3 options available to you at this point. Please consider each carefully. Trained counselors are standing by to assist you in making your choice. 1. Participation. You will be assigned to a sub-project team based on your area of expertise. You should be aware that the way forward will be difficult and the project outcome is uncertain. You will be expected to work a minimum of 80 hours per week, and your communications with family members will be strictly limited and monitored in real time. Upon successful completion of the project, you and your immediate family or 2 persons of your choosing will be transferred to the Elysium sealed habitat to live out the remainder of your natural life. 2. Indefinite detention. Should you choose to decline participation in Project Zero Dawn, you will be confined indefinitely. You will be given 48 hours to reconsider, after which your decision to refuse participation will be considered irrevocable. Every reasonable effort will be made to make your term of confinement as comfortable as possible, but you will not be permitted contact with the outside world, and death within 18 months due to the Pharaoh plague is inevitable. When the Zero Dawn facility is abandoned, detainees who wish not to opt for medical euthanasia will be released. Medical euthanasia. The information you have just received understandably calls into question the purpose of continuing to live. If you would prefer to end your life at this point, pain-free medical euthanasia is available. A 48-hour waiting period is required, during which time you may instead opt for participation or confinement. Please notify a counselor when you are ready to make your choice, or if you have further questions. Jesus Christ. This is so bad.
Intruder! Get her!
Spotted.
Whatever you do, don't die now.
Are they not going to come after me?
You'll do.
Okay, so this is for my own convenience.
Let this impale the enemy!
Where is he? Jesus.
Let this deliver the final.
To destroy
Okay, they're dead. Hopefully no more will come.
Should have brought a cart.
Okay.
I hashed it out with them, what the point of Artemis was. I made it clear I wasn't on board for a global zoo. We haven't exactly proved ourselves to be great custodians in the past few thousand years, so the idea of a reconstituted biosphere, well, it's horrifying, isn't it? A complete horror show. We have no right to take a best guess at this stuff. But the alternative? Nothingness. For there to have been all this and then nothing. And with Charles Ronson running the show, I respect him. He's got a passion to him. He's hot-blooded. So I said I'll do it. I'll put my all into this, literally. When the project is done, I'll take the medical option, thank you. Counselor said I might change my mind. I told him that he didn't know me very well then. For life's sake. I'll do the dirty work. But I want no part of this pathetic, attenuated future on offer. I'm an outdoors man. Never did like the feel of solid-state lighting on my skin. And a wee bit of a claustrophobe, anyway.
Lol. He will choose death because he doesn't like those cases.
Zero Dawn. It is art, in a way. An expression on the grandest scale. But there is so much unfairness. Why was I chosen? Was it decided by committee? By algorithm? My family will be saved because I happen to graduate in art history? Is this right?
Dr. Sauvé? Christina Sauvé?
Yes. I met a man, another historian. His fields are Bauhaus and the New Materialists. But he once attended one of my talks. Another unfair chance. Of all the many people in that auditorium, that we should both be here now? And yet, I feel more accepting of my fate. No, it is not fair, not at all. But for the sake of my family, for the sake of art. Art is alive. It must be able to speak from beyond history and echo in the future, not perish into oblivion. This opportunity, I must do this.
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero Dawn? No, ma'am, that ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural it'd be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it. Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too, just one. Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate. You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
He really sounds like Andrew Tate. He really does sound like him.
I'll tuck that away.
Somewhere. It's not the full facility.
Here we go. Another one of these. Need to find the right configuration. Done. I should check the door nearby.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
There's a part missing. Maybe there's a storage area nearby. Found one. Looks intact. That should do the trick. Now let's get that door open.
Up, down, left, right. Why didn't it? Why isn't it reacting? I said it correctly. Up, left, down, right, up. Okay, so I did understand well that the code was upside down, but I must have said something wrong. Down, left, up. Right and left. So the left and right didn't change, only the...
That did it. Door should have power.
I was considering...
Now to see what lies beyond it.
So... Oh shit.
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
much for avoiding contact.
I don't like this.
I'll take your head. The buried shadow demands
it. Show your face, I've got an arrow.
I might have to kill them.
Get some cover! Shadow, take you.
Are there more? Yeah, there are more.
We've got intruders. Oh! Missed.
Fear the power of the shadow.
Save you now.
Right.
My lead.
Jesus Christ.
Get out of the lock.
That's the last of them.
Alert. H-lock structural failure. Repeat. H-lock.
Or not.
Jesus Christ.
Your end is coming.
Find some cover, fools.
Room's clear. For a moment, anyway.
Then get moving. You have to find Gaia.
I also need to find loot.
Alert. Area inaccessible. Elevators non-operational. Stairwells have collapsed.
No shit. No, not this. Need this. Is there anything I need to check? Doesn't look like if there's anything I need to find too. I need to get Gaia. I don't have.
Alert. Structural failure prevents access.
This way.
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots, and not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulation, she's doing some very creative things in fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it.
Which part?
I've seen these shapes before. In cauldrons.
But of course, the birthing places of Gaia's machines.
I have to mute, sorry.
I think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office. But it's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside.
Keep looking.
More eclipse.
Careful now.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for
future generations. I am Samina Ebadi. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin. Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Ebadi. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. The transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated.
The shadow will reach you wherever you go. Try to run.
Alone once more.
In what should have been a cave of wonders. Look around. See if anything is left.
saving these for the trail.
Welcome to Hades, Zero Dawn's extinction failsafe protocol, the ultimate killer app. Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine you're Gaia, 200 years from now, and this new biosphere you're growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos, spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the void.
Okay, so if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
And how does it end up in the wreckage of a pharaoh titan, getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
Oh, so Hades was a reset button.
Hades was a reset button.
Nataranushavan played text-to-speech. For 100 channel points. Oh, so Hades was a reset button. LOL. I forgot I have text-to-speech active on entire chat XD.
Looks like the only way onwards.
Welcome to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the Alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 20...
Forget about traveling light.
And the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances. But, as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable.
These...
No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors, to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem. To say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
Cradle facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
All Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted Alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office. No space.
Pure logic won't cut it, Ted. To pull this off, Gaia's going to need to have some skin in the game. It has to care.
What if it runs amok? Have we learned nothing from our mistakes?
Your mistakes, I think you mean?
All I'm saying is give it a kill switch.
She was just born, Ted. I'm not gonna put a gun to her head while she's still in the cradle.
You talk like it's a child. What if it becomes a monster?
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
Of course, Gaia, go on.
I'm sorry to contradict you, but Mr. Farrow's argument is sound. At this point, the development of my psyche is not entirely predictable. To ensure preservation of life, a hardwired override is, I believe, a necessary safeguard.
There. Satisfied, Ted?
Jeez, Liz, just do what it says.
would benefit from antilopine morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Some component that got removed.
And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence.
And yet,
I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
So Gaia is the one I should blame for having to fight dinosaurs.
You will undergo a brief period of unconsciousness during relocation to Prime and final instatement.
Elizabeth, may I speak outside protocol?
When you're back up and running at the new site, we'll bring the subordinate functions online and see where we stand.
Elizabeth, I detect distress. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
I realize that circumstances compel us to launch earlier than we hoped, but all subsystems are operational. The odds stand in our favor.
But what if... Gaia, there's nothing left out there. You can't even survive unless you're wearing an environmental suit. There are billions dead, in fear and agony. What if it was all for nothing?
Elizabeth, extinction was inevitable. Thanks to you, life will have a future.
You really believe that?
I believe in you, Elizabeth. In you, all things.
Forget about traveling light. The Alpha Registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Eclipse.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
alive. Good. I have a more suitable death in mind for you, child. My entire life, I've always known one thing with prophetic certainty. That I was destined for glory as a great champion of the sun. Even when Jiran was murdered, even when Meridian fell, I never doubted my destiny. Until you came along. When I heard that you had survived, a doubt took root in my mind. As sure as the sun rises and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die. And yet I failed. How? Why? With each dig site you attacked, each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat. One twist, a simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out. In slaughter, I am a practiced hand. So why hesitate? Why fail my destined purpose?
I didn't agree to this confinement.
See that scar on your cheek? You didn't get to finish.
Yes, I remember. He fought well. For a savage.
His name was Rost, and he was a better man than you could ever hope to be.
The better man is the one who doesn't end up with his guts steaming on the ground. No, it wasn't him. I could have finished you before he attacked. But I didn't. This failing troubled my thoughts, haunted every step. It was only when I captured you, down in that place, that I finally glimpsed the sun's design etched at length across the course of events. You were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men. Conversely, I was meant to capture you. Here. So that you might die as a sacrificial offering to the sun. Everything as it was meant to be. Predestined and preordained.
Some destiny. You're following orders, not some grand cosmic design. You're a puppet, with Hades yanking the strings. A pawn pushed around by larger forces. It'd be laughable if there weren't so much killing involved. Hades is an ancient machine, not the buried shadow of Karja myth. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow, but the sun in shadow. All halves of nature joined to one cause. Shadow to sun, dark to light.
Do you really not hear how ridiculous that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down in the world, not up.
I'll remember those words as I watch your corpse burn. Whatever's left of it. You fail to grasp the point. As surely as you've been conquered, so has all doubt. And with certainty of belief comes unstoppable force.
Then open this cage and put your faith to the test. See if things work out like you expect.
The circle has closed. Every element is in its proper place, exactly where it belongs. The errant beast, now caged, will serve her true purpose. A sacrificial animal. Oh, speaking of sacrifice, I forgot to tell you. After you crashed the Eclipse network, I sent messengers into the east to rally the forces there and mount an invasion of the sacred land. I ordered every Nora killed. I was hoping to catch you there, but alas, it all seems to have been unnecessary.
Why butcher dozens of innocents for no gain? It's a waste of effort.
You're right. I won't even be there to enjoy it. In any case, I couldn't recall the order even if I wished to. Thanks to your destruction of the network, communication over distances is impossible. You not only doomed yourself, but an entire tribe. Do we not see the scorching judgment of the sun in these events? Your focus. Such a powerful device, isn't it? And yet, so fragile. So you see, this time, I did not hesitate. The knife has already been twisted.
Karja faithful, rejoice! Our years in shadow are over. A new dawn trembles on the horizon. A new day soon to break. And when it does, the false Sun King will be dead, and Holy Meridian ours once more. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy. All halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun, light to dark, night to day. Behold! Hold your seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes? How else could shadows such as these prowl in broad light of day? Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause? Many years ago, to consecrate this great ring, the Radiant Turan ordered many faithless, crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth. Mighty is the behemoth in the eye of the sun. But it is mightier still, infused with the power of shadow. Let this one, who schemed and slithered, be the first to die. Let her be the first of thousands!
I'll never beat that thing without...
Oh fuck. I'm quieting LOLXD. quieting.
My weapons are up on the platform. There's no way out of this ring. Maybe I could use its strength against it. That pillar's weak. Another hit, and that pillar will come down. That makes a mess. It's down. Canister on its belly. Looks important. Lift attacks. Gotta check the machine harnesses. They might have parts.
Silence!
Ha ha ha. Oh, they look terrible, XD.
Shadows. Kill her! Kill her!
Why leave it to them? Come get me yourself!
I guess this cutscene decided that loading is not needed anymore. Aloy is living in the world of square people.
So you're here. Really here. You risked your life.
Of course I did. If you'd been killed, the Nora's sacred mountain would never have given up its secrets.
Too bad you wasted your time, then. Sylas destroyed my focus. And the Alpha Registry with it.
Not at all. The whole time I've been monitoring your focus, I've duplicated every data file you scanned. Installing that data to a new focus was trivially easy. Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
You're really good at making it impossible to like you, Silence. But I guess I need this.
It's time to see where you were born. Maybe you'll even learn why.
Yeah. Meet the machine that birthed me into this world. Isn't that how you put it?
I'll be off.
Wait.
Yes?
How did you track my location when I wasn't wearing a focus?
Really, Aloy? It doesn't take a genius to surmise that Sylas would throw you into the sunwing at high noon. I wore out 2 striders getting here in time, but I did. Now be on your way.
Since when can you override machines?
Ever since you discovered the technique. I had to destroy a corrupted to obtain the necessary parts, of course. But your example showed me how to do that as well. Yet another benefit of monitoring your activities through your focus. Truth be told, the underlying logic of the technique isn't so different from rites practiced by Banuk shamans. Though, of course, far more advanced.
Great. You're welcome, I guess. Sylas recognized you back in the Sun Ring. You told me that you'd assisted the Eclipse. Not that you knew the man who almost killed me.
So now you know. The man is a serious threat. So let's do all we can to make sure that he and Hades don't succeed.
Right. I'll be on my way. To make matters worse, Sylas ordered an Eclipse detachment to attack the Nora Sacred Land. The tribe's already weak. They won't stand a chance. You should come with me.
Well, absolutely not. I have preparations to make elsewhere.
What kind of... Why do I bother asking? You're not gonna tell me.
When the time is right, I'll be in touch. I'll contact you later. In the meantime, should you need to return to Shadow Karja territory, I brought armor to conceal your identity.
You think of everything, don't you?
One of us has to. Aloy, when you were recovering the Alpha Registry down in the Zero Dawn bunker, I was needlessly cruel. For your sake, I hope there is someone waiting there for you inside the mountain. Not a what, but a who. Yeah!
Well, half of this very important cutscene looks silly and I can't redo it. I hate save systems like in this game. I like reloading saves if cutscenes don't load properly.